up, everybody? This is Alon Jones, and I'm back with another video. I took a little bit of a short break from YouTube, and I come back and I see that there is a Caribbean black female James Bond, among a lot of other things. And I have a few things to say about it, so I'm gonna get right into it. So first off, I see that people are mentioning that they have a problem with her being Agent 007, with her having that alias 007, which we've always associated to James Bond. People are saying, listen, she's not going to be the new Bond. Bond is still going to be in the movie. She's just Agent 007. Listen, I don't care how you try to sugarcoat things or rationalize this. We associate that alias with a British white man named James Bond, and it's always been that way. So these people copy. They do not come up with original ideas. It's not like a lack of creativity or something like that. I believe that it's because they aim to replace you, to dethrone you. They see that you were once in a position where you were revered, where you became something iconic, something that they always looked up to. They want that attention without putting in the work themselves to gain that status, to get to that level. They actually have poor self-esteem and they feel like they will never reach that level on their own. So they have to piggyback off of what you did, or they have to simply take your spot in order to get that much attention. So I want to talk about image a little bit. First of all, white people seem to be able now to distinguish regular black people from SJW type black people who are really problematic, right? They're fueling race wars, gender wars. They're doing a lot of things that if you're a normal person, you don't want any association with. So that's really important for us as the black collective, to be able to have non-black people be able to point them out, to distinguish them from you. Also, anything that black women do in the media, I've mentioned this in past videos, they tend to represent all black women. And whatever she does, people are like, oh, those black women at it again. Well, when it comes to this situation, from the videos that I've seen, I don't see white people speaking that way. I see them speaking about the situation as those SJW feminists are at it again. This is really, really important for us as black women. It would be great if we could go a step further and be able to distinguish native blacks or ADOS from foreign blacks, because they operate a lot differently from the former. So let's look at the image of this woman who's playing 007. In my opinion, she doesn't look like anything that should be associated with 007 or James Bond, the movie. Nothing about her says spy or agility. She doesn't look like anything related to Bond in terms of attractiveness or physique. And she's an islander, which, you know, I'm not connecting anything to that other than the fact that islanders and people from Africa have become the new face of native blacks. They've become the new face of black people, period, all over the world. That's something that should be noted, and that's something that ADOS people, I feel, are accepting way too readily. And, you know, I'm keeping it to America now. I know that this movie is a British movie, but ADOS is accepting this. ADOS has been disrespected recently, and I want to get into that later on. Really disrespected by people on platforms like this, and they are still supporting those people. There is a support culture no matter what. Now I'm veering off, and I'm actually going to get into this. There's a support culture that is stronger than the cancel culture, than the culture of disrespect. There are a lot of, let's say, YouTubers who disrespect their subscribers. And their subscribers are just like, the response to that is either thank you on some sadomasochistic thing, or they say, listen, I don't appreciate that, and I disagree with you fully, and I feel disrespected, but I'm still gonna support you, girl, because you tell it like it is. You're still supporting. People are still supporting this Bond movie, even though they don't like the fact that a black woman is replacing 007 or whatever. She has the name of 007, something that we don't want. We don't want that change. But no one's saying anything. No one is canceling her. But when a man, I'm going to keep it to black people now, a black man says something in the media that they don't like, he states his preference for something and they don't like it, they cancel him in a heartbeat. He loses his job, his career takes a hit, and no one's doing anything to counter this Bond situation. ADOS is not doing anything in response to the disrespect that they get from everyone who is not them. And I'm just wondering when people are going to stand up for themselves. In my video about deep fakes, I talk about the passivity of the public. And it's really, really in the forefront of my mind now, considering these situations. In the past week or so, many disrespectful things have happened towards ADOS, and their response, again, was just pathetic and really, really scary to see how passive we've become. So going back to this woman's image though, she doesn't look Bondish at all. She doesn't look like someone that you think would be casted to play a character like this. They're usually attractive, fit women. I'm not saying that she's unattractive or unfit, but I don't see a physique of somebody who should be playing a spy. I don't see the features of someone who would normally play that role. And this speaks to the agenda of feminists. And over a decade now, they've been at this, what I'm about to say. They aim to replace the image of the stereotypically hot chick, the beautiful woman, the model. They want to replace their image with someone who is regular looking, even homely. They may put a lot of makeup on and other manipulations so they can fit the schema of a hot chick without actually having to be hot. They bombard you with these images so that after a while you begin to, when you see one of these homely looking women, you begin to think, oh, you know, that chick is hot. You start to believe it, what they put out there, that these women are hot. Oh, and then they get the attention that they seek. They're not going to stop doing this. They could have casted someone of the likes of, let's say, Tika Sumpter, if she was British, to play this role. Someone who looks like her to play this role. That would have been more appropriate. But no, they chose I'm not trying to be mean, but a homely woman to play the role because feminists are behind this entire switch up. These women want to be the center of attention. That's it. The model gets the attention from being someone who looks like a supermodel. They want that same exact attention. They know that if they came on the scene as they are, that people wouldn't give them the same amount of attention. So they want to replace actual good-looking women. I won't say beautiful, because we're all beautiful in our own way, but actual good-looking women, they want to replace them. That is the feminist agenda. That is why they did not cast someone better looking, because they definitely had a choice to play this Bond character. And of course, if you dare speak out about anything that these people are doing, you'll be called a racist, a colorist, a homophobe, a sexist, a body shamer, and my favorite, a pick-me if you're a female and you dare go against what other women are doing. This is a tactic. This is a slander tactic that they're using. They need to slander you. They need to make you seem like the bad guy to the general public. The general public is not thinking critically about any of this stuff. They don't spend their days dissecting what people over here in this sector of YouTube talk about all the time. They don't. And these particular SJW types, they know this. So they use that to their advantage, and to get as much support as they possibly can, they have to demonize you and get people on their side. They know that you're having a natural response to the unnatural thing that they are doing. They know that you're having an appropriate response, a reasonable and often reasonable response to their unreasonable actions. In this situation, the women are really coming for men. All men, not just black men, men. This is a statement, a bold statement from feminists and liberals and SJWs and whomever else to men. And I think that men need to go beyond, well, I'm just not going to support you. I'm not going to go see your movie. No, you need to be a little bit louder about things. I'd really love to see that. Black men, I would really, really like to see black men stand up and be a little bit louder about things that they don't like coming from the feminists of their racial group, because they're getting very loud, very bold. They're disrespecting everybody, and they're breaking up the black community. That is a big, big deal. I don't know if people, like, how are you guys sleeping at night knowing that these things are happening? And you do nothing. You're just passive about it. You're happy with people coming in and breaking up your whole family. That's not okay. I'd love to hear more from black men. Please stand up. Stand up for yourself and stand up for women who are not like them, because it would really help us. That's all I have for today. I'll catch you guys in my next video.